What's going on, everybody? C4 here. Welcome back to the channel, and today we are here for episode 17 of our Madden 22 Pink Slips series. We're here on our bye week, just chilling, and this might need to be a slightly picked up the pace episode. I hate to shortchange anybody on gameplay, but right now it's like 80-mile-an-hour winds outside. Our power's been flickering all day. I didn't get an upload yesterday because the power was inconsistent. We got just terrible storm weather. So we're going to try our best to get through this episode without losing power. But that being said, if we need to make a business decision or two, such as in the game that we decided to play, hop on the sticks, maybe we just play the offense only so that this, instead of me being here recording for 45 minutes, if we could shave that down to half hour, that will probably be the most likely way for me to get a video out to you guys today. So here we go. We got week 11, week 12, both home games. We actually have a terrific home game stretch. We have the Bears and the Colts. We get to talk about some scouting here. I hadn't really focused too much on the draft class, again, because there's not a whole lot to do in regards to scouting in Madden 22. I suppose for our team, we are looking for a center. We could always use a center. That's been an area. We have one first-round center, Eddie Hall, out of Florida State, so I think that's going to be worth us doing a little bit of scouting on. Really, outside of center, though, there hasn't been a singular position where it's like, yes, we have to have that guy. Middle linebacker, potentially. So we'll take a look at Emmett Caldwell. Just maybe we could do better than Willie Gay and Alex Singleton. There could be some way we can upgrade there. I think corner is another interesting spot. Obviously, there's going to be always a couple first-round caliber corners that you could consider. But that's where we have done our scouting. As you can see, for all the guys, the most part of the first round, we have a lot of information. We're going to be able to decide if any of those players are pretty good. I don't think we have to super focus scout any of those guys. I feel like maybe look at tight end, get someone that can play outside of the great Kelvin Benjamin. We got a bunch of first rounds. Derek Whitmore, Cooper Hayden, John Streets, and Ed Livingston. And I guess for this one, we'll just go with the top one. Might as well, Edward Livingston. Let's see what he can do. So those will be our three players. But again, when it comes to positions and scouting and drafting in general in Pink Slips, it definitely takes a back seat to the rest of the series. We have a couple upgrades coming out of that Week 10 bye, getting healthy. A couple guys that might have been missing some games. Oh, these are almost all starters. Chuba Hubbard goes up a point here for elusive back. We got ball carrier vision, juke move. That's pretty cool for the superstar runner. We got Trey Lance, who's been on absolute fire. We're going to continue pumping the points here into the scrambler. Break sack carrying 3 mid accuracy. That's actually not the best of upgrades, but we will take it. Sauce Gardner, who's now our corner one. We are slowly trying to upgrade him within the scheme fit of a man-to-man corner, plus 2 man covers, plus 1 play rec, plus 1 jumping. For the man that, because the last episode, if you missed the last episode, we lost twice. We lost 2 players. We lost Caleb Farley, and we lost, who else did we lose? Evan Neal at tackle, and we found out, we just took a peek at Evan Neal's dev trait, and it was a superstar, which is frustrating, but that's, that's what happens in Pink Slips, man. Things are good. You feel super happy, and you're like, holy, look how quickly we're building our team when you're on a win streak, and literally all it takes is 1 bad loss, and you're like, well, shit. We are regressing hard. And that's kind of where we're sitting. Even though we're 6-3, even though we're top dogs in the AFC South, we lost 2 games, in the last episode. And we were down 2 big-time players. So we have 2 new players, I suppose. Anytime you lose a player in Pink Slips, you at least still technically gained a player. And let me introduce you, in case you missed it. We have Sam Cosme, young player at the University of Texas, 73. I mean, there's some upside there for sure. He's just not a superstar right tackle by any means. And in the secondary, we got a Kello Witherspoon, who was, he was kind of like a decently high pick. Can't remember where did he get drafted by? Atlanta? I know he played in the nut for 49ers. Either way, he's 27-76, solid player. It's not like we're going to be burnt toast out there now in the secondary, but it is certainly a downgrade, regardless of what way you try to slice it. So we need to figure out what team we are taking on today between the Chicago Bears and the Colts. We take that game against the Colts, we have that extra star that can be attained because of the divisional victory. But I think at this point, we got to be just looking at what players are the guys we circle. How many guys do we circle against the Colts that we want on our team? How many guys do we circle on the Bears that we want on our team? And then from that, we figure out what player and what team is the best matchup for us. So looking at the Colts, All right, well, Kenny Moore in the secondary. That could be attainable with a big win. There's no way we can get Darius Leonard. Michael Pittman, I don't really need that style of wide receiver. Kwity Paye, not really a scheme fit. They got some safeties here, a couple corners. So there's a couple corners that I think could be appealing. I'm not seeing anything. I'm not rushing to the Colts, though. Plus, they're in the division. It's not the last time we'll play them. We have the Chicago Bears on this side of things. Looking at the Bears, Jalen Johnson could be cool. James Daniels on the offensive line could be attainable. Darnell Mooney, very pink slippy style wide receiver, 94 speed. Justin Fields at quarterback. I mean, we're good with our guy, but I mean, Justin Fields is a funner Madden quarterback, I think you could say, based off his athletic attributes over Trey Lance. Tevin Jenkins on the offensive line. There could be our upgrade at right tackle to try to make up a little bit of ground of what we lost with Evan Neal. I'm seeing the Bears being a little bit more, advantageous if we can get a win, depending on the win. And it's not going to have to be a massive win. I feel like if we want to get a great player against the Colts, we're going to have to be rolling for a 10-star. Or a 5-star. We need to be rolling with that plus 10 upgrade. Maybe even hit the spinner. You get a plus 20 upgrade. But within the realm of a 2, 3, 4-star plus 4, 5, 6 upgrade. I think there's a lot more players that are more intriguing to me on the Chicago Bears. So that's the team we're going to play. So without further ado, let's set up our weekly strategy to take on these 5-5 Chicago Bears, looking to get our 7th victory of the season. How do we want to start them? They're a pretty good offense, which is no surprise to anybody. They have the number 1. Wow, Justin Fields has the most passing touchdowns in the NFL right now. They also had, 21 interceptions? 6 interceptions, 21st in the league. Okay, come on, C4, let's go. I haven't had my energy drink like that. That's what's going on. Okay, well, let's defend the deep ball for sure. Okay, sure, we'll trust the coaches on that standpoint. Offensively, how do we want to target them? Well, we got Roquan Smith, who's one of the best linebackers in the NFL. Jalen Johnson, who's going to be one of our top targets if we can get out of this game with a victory. They're not very good defensively. They can get turnovers. They can get sacks. But they also give up a lot of points. 30 points, 3rd given up. Shouldn't that be good? Shouldn't that be, that should be going in our way. That's weird. Again, I feel like 30 points allowed per game is going to be super high, right? So that's green. Green means good for me, right? They've given out 2,700 passing yards. They're 4th. That's a lot. Green should be good for me. But 24 total sacks is 4th. That feels like that's good for them. 24 sacks is solid. It's that should be, they're the 4th best sack team in the NFL. That's why we want to stop the blitz. So, I don't know, man. That seems confusing. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? Doesn't that seem a little confusing to me? To you? To anybody? To everybody? Either way, yeah, sure. We'll stop the blitz. And let's get through practice here. Healthy practice. Want full strength lineup. I literally think something just blew over outside. My Christmas decorations are still up. Yeah, it's February 18th. Yeah, we still might have Christmas decorations. Literally, there's something blowing away outside my house right now. So that's phenomenal. Hopefully the only other thing that's blowing away right now is going to be us beating the Chicago Bears at home. Wow. Okay. Upgrade players. Healthy week of practice. Is there any big upgrades? Because, again, we're going to pick up the pace. We got John Mechie. You know what? Mechie's a guy that's we're one loss where a wide receiver gets posted away for John Mechie becoming a pretty big-time player for us in this series. So everyone else, they're not really playing. They're not really consistent starters, even though we saw. Shout out to Sean Oakman. We're good to go. Let's go, man. Chicago Bears, first up on the docket. We're going to hop in, get on the sticks here, and then we will sim out that Week 12 divisional game at home. Primetime, looks like, against the Indianapolis Colts. And also, a little bit of surprise. We're going to show it here in the intro. I made a comment in the last episode that my jerseys, they didn't stand out enough. There wasn't enough contrast. Someone suggested look at some red uniforms, and we get to unveil our brand new alternate unis, the Redouts. Look good. They look great. Let's go, Trey Lance. Get your block. Trey Lance with the burners into Chicago territory. 3rd and 2. Let's keep it on the ground. Keep this drive going. Right. Oh, that's a nice spin move. This is a tough team to run the ball against, especially with Roquan Smith just kind of patrolling the middle of the field. But we found success on this opening drive. Oh my God. All right, Khalil Mack. Oh, look at the yards gained. It was a sack fumble. I don't know what that was, but the I think it might have been City South. Someone picked that. I'm gonna even Cosme, the new tackle. Picked that up, made that a 1-yard loss. Thank you very much. 3rd and 11. Would love for Claypool. Oh shit. Whatever. I mean, hey, you're down this. You're 3rd and 11. What's 3rd and 16 to you? You know what I'm saying? We need someone to win. Hopefully we get a look at press coverage here again. We don't. They back off. That's not good. But Claypool's gonna have to be our guy. Oh! Are you kidding me? Oh! Oh! I'll say this. I've read through the comments. Most disrespectful player. I don't know if this... The fuck was that? Most disrespectful player in the comments on this series is Claypool. Not people that are like, because obviously I'm Canadian, and this is a series has ties to Canada. People are like, Claypool sucks. Yeah, you're going Claypool, wide receiver. Well, he sucks. He's been amazing for us. Been very good. He's done a job. And this has just been absolute horrific drive after that catch. He's just setting up 3rd and goal. We need 22 yards for another big, ridiculous Claypool catch. Maybe we go to Kelvin Benjamin here. Ah! Oh my God, he almost had it too! Almost 2 ridiculous catches. Have to settle for a field goal. And it's good. All right, again, we're gonna be just, you know, super simming the defense here today. Powers flickered only once. I'll say this, only once since I've started recording. But I'm very nervous because not only do I have to record this thing, gotta edit this thing, gotta upload this thing. So time's of the essence, and our defense shit the bed there, letting the Bears get 7 on the board. We're drawing up 4. I can't believe we missed that slants play. You can make the hard, impossible, you know, highlight reel catch of the year. Can't hit a wide open slants? I mean, he caught that. He couldn't caught it in bounds, but he caught that. All right, defense does get a stop. Off the line. Let's go. Doesn't have to get away from the cop speed, as Gus Johnson would say, but he has enough speed to win out the line and continue to be the bomb threat for our team. I am going to admit now, even though we got Renfro now in the slot, we need a burner. I like Palmer, but we need like a 95, 96 guy speed that can get separation down. That could be like our, you know, our Quez Watkins. We don't really have that right now. Could Darnell Mooney be that guy? Potentially. I also think, you know what would be cool? I'm just thinking out loud here because clearly I'm not focused on the gameplay. We're 2 of fucking 9 throwing the ball. Is if we ever get a, you know, another 5-star performance, spin the wheel, we get that Monstars. I think like buffing Claypool's speed, like making Claypool, imagine 6'4", 240, 99 speed or something like that. I want to be about that. We'll take off with Lance. Get that first down. He's having a huge game. 81 yards rushing. And the second quarter just started. Oh, let's go. Look at that. Chuba Hubbard will not stop the legs moving. Moves the pile. Gets in for the score. And the Grizzlies overtake the lead. His 9th rushing touchdown of the season. Come on, D. D gets another stop. Come on. Come on. No way. Wasn't a football move! Is that just not in Madden? If you get, like, just hit sticked over the middle, doesn't care if you made a football move or not? God damn it, man. I feel like that's, like, was that the Eagles series? Or that, but it was the last time we did Pinks. It was a brutal fumble that was just along the lines of that as well. Okay, we're just on midfield. I will say this is the series of our two. Like, Eagle series, don't regret, you know, with the harder, slightly harder sliders, you know, not playing defense on that one. Like, we stopped playing defense on that one because it was just ridiculous. This is a very fun series to play defensive on. It's on last-gen gameplay, just terrorizing with Jalen Phillips. This is the one that I'm like, man, like, I kind of wish I was playing defense. But it's more important because I didn't get an upload out yesterday. It's my son's birthday weekend. I gotta get some out to you guys today. And old Mother Nature's trying to prevent it. So we gotta do what we gotta do. But again, my apologies. I wish I could also be getting 17, 18 sacks here today with Jalen Phillips and company. I mean, it's such a fun defense. Jalen Phillips, Kayvon Thibodeau, Aiden Hutchinson, Sauce Gardner, Javon Holland. Let's go. Shout out to the defense. All right, first 10, coach thought up a slant. This is where Renfro had that fumble. Fuck! All right, we're just fucking throwing this one. Two straight field goals. Look, and he fucking, look, he got the separation and he slowed down because he got bumped. It's one of them games, man. This is why right here. I'm not in any rush to bump the sliders up. We've been fortunate, but our team still sucks. At the end of the day, we're not a powerful team yet. We're still in the 70s for the most part. And all it takes is for, like, you know, someone with an X factor to trigger up, and then it can be like, oh yeah, your team still has linemen that are, you know, backups on most teams. I mean, if we can't, like, we're not a team that's designed to play from behind either. Because so much is based on the run game and establishing the run, and you kind of have to abandon the run game to gain some ground here. Also, Renfro, this guy's just throwing up a stinker. Like, there you go. That should have been a completion. Wasn't. Cool. Like, what is this carrying? I gotta see what Trey Lance fumbles the ball more than any quarterback I've ever played with. I need to see what his carrying rating is. Because that's what we're gonna have to buff from here on out. If we ever get Player of the Week for Trey Lance, the amount he fumbles 50% of the time if he gets tackled. If I'm not sliding, if I'm not getting out of bounds, 50. So I'm gonna say he has 50 carrying. 71 carrying? Bullshit! Alright, Renfro doesn't even turn his head around. Does he try to make a play on it? Woo! Come on, Mother Nature. Fucking throw a tree through my house right now so I could just scrap this gameplay. Come on, Mother Nature. Don't be a coward. Don't be a coward. Fucking roll a vehicle, a Chevy Tahoe, through my basement right now. Can you do that, please? All right, for Verts, Mechie Palmer, Canadian connection. Put Pearson past, bro. This is our last chance at probably trying to get a tutty here. We'll throw it out to Mechie. And he touched out. No, he just dropped. It's one of those catches where he has it until he hits the ground and he dropped it out. No touchdown. Holy fuck. That was awful. All right, so looking at this, they won the game. They won by 21, which is 2 stars. They had the turnover battle, which is worth a half star. We had 5 unbelievable turnovers on the day. Scoring, I was actually a little optimistic. Offensively, I'm not giving Justin Fields the 3 touchdowns. It's almost discretionary at that point. They can go fuck themselves. But on the defensive side, it was just absolutely disgusting. Khalil Mack had 4 sacks, which is worth 1 star. He had a fumble recovery for a touchdown, which is worth 1 star. Jabari Zuniga with 2 sacks gets a half star. Pick for Tranquil, a pick for Eddie Jackson is 1 total star. Ends up being, I think, 2, 4, 5, 6 star performance. It's a 5 star. So we have to spin the loser wheel. Of course, yeah, something that takes even more time with the weather being the way it is. But that is what happens when you play like absolute dog shit. So let's go to the loser wheel. All right, so this is the wheel that we're going for today's episode. Usually we have 5 widgets. I couldn't think of the, quickly what should have been the other 2. And usually these are at least the big 3. Like, there's always 5, or sometimes there's 5. And 4 and 5 are usually the lighter ends. Like, if we get that, it's not, we're kind of happy that we rolled those ones. These ones are the bad ones. So we have plus 20. So that means the plus 10 upgrade that the Bears have earned will now be plus 20 to pick through our team of players. We have lose dev trait, which if we roll this, that means the Bears still keep their plus 10, and one of our players, preferably the player that they don't steal away from us, goes down to dev trait. Team captains are not protected with this. Dev trait affects everybody on the team. And then we have gimme old pick, which if we roll this, they get their plus 10, and they get our highest round pick, which is our first round pick, and we get in return their lowest round pick, which is most likely a 7th round pick. I don't know, they all suck. There's no way. I mean, plus 20, they're dealing with players that aren't captained. We literally started this episode off by looking at some of the players we could draft. And now we don't have a first round pick. Congratulations, Trey Lance. Thanks for that, bud. All right, this is going to be bad. So put in the clip from the water boy here, because this is bad. So first thing, as the wheel, they get our first round pick. I will say I wasn't able to spend all 10. That's just, I guess that's a win. But first up, the Bears get our first round pick. We get their 7th round pick. And then for the players, we are going to be sending Sauce Gardner, who is 77 star dev, rookie out of Cincinnati, our first round pick from last year. And Christian Barmore, 82 star dev, nose tackle, 23 years old. For Eddie Goldman, I mean, Eddie Goldman's solid. He's 28, has the star dev, 80. That's, upside is obviously a clear advantage to Barmore, but in terms of, impact this season, not drastic. Anytime you lose your #1 lockdown corner, we get Duke Shelley. 71 normal dev. I mean, he's 25, I guess. He's not, super over the hill, but our secondary is shambolic at this point. But, so that's plus 8. I couldn't make the plus 10 work. The only other, there's a couple that we could have went alternates, but I feel like this is probably the best value for the Chicago Bears. And given the fact that they already got my first round pick, I'm not, hey, take these players, let's forget about it. Let's take the Men in Black pen, forget this week ever happened, and try to make it work with Eddie Goldman and Duke Shelley on the Grizzlies defense from here on out. So as we get into this week, a must-win against the 4-6 Colts. Let's take a look at how our roster just shapes up with those changes. On the defensive side, so our new, we're going to go Goldman, just like for like. He's going to step in and be our new nose tackle. Our secondary, Witherspoon, Ben St. Juice, and Shelley's going to be our 3rd corner. Well, at least we're losing so many games. Where's Javon Holland? What the hell was that about? Why wasn't he not even in there? Did he not play last game? Is my lineup unoptimized here? What's going on, fellas? What's going on, Madden? Huh? I'm just annoyed. I'm pissed off and annoyed here a little bit. We got to just win. Got to go out on a winning streak, even though it's got to be halved. Even just having any player. Now, especially at the cornerback spot, I will take a player. Just one player. Just give me one. Make me feel good about ourselves. Make us feel good about this series, because we've lost 3 out of our last 4 games. That's too many losses. So how do we want to target the Indianapolis Colts? We want to defend Jonathan Taylor. Absolutely. That is the guy we need to stop. We want to attack them. They're a pretty not good defense. Points per game is bad. Yards, they were really bad pass defense. So I think we work on... Yeah, you know, let's throw it... what does this mean, man? Again, just confusing. They're number 4 in pass yards allowed. 2,800 pass yards. That seems pretty bad. So, like, shouldn't that also be red, not green? Because look at their team defense, all this shit. That's bad. Pass yards, they're 30th. So what does that mean? Average pass yards, they're 30th in the league. Defensive pass yards, they're 4th in the league. Like, is this just something that's also broken in Madden? Like, I'm feeling like it is. Anyway, we'll throw it medium. See if we get some guys out there moving the chains, you know, doing that damn thing. We get through training, hopefully fully healthy. A couple upgrades here or there would be nice for some of our starters. And let's see, on the offense side of the ball, Claypool's going to miss the game. Awesome. Insert fire burning in the kitchen. This is fine meme. So we're going to be down our wide receiver 1, and we're going to be down... Oh, that's a depth. I literally thought that... It's really Jefferson. I thought it was going to be Jalen Phillips, or down our best pass rusher. But we are down our wide receiver 1. Good luck, fellas. I don't even think it matters if we can get any upgrades here this week. You guys are probably fucked. Thibodeau gets an upgrade. That is nice. We're going to work on power rusher. He's up to an 81. Try to get him into a scheme fit. Love the awareness boost. That's awesome. We're actually pretty close for him getting his dev trait. That'll be interesting. Then we got City Sal, the Canadian starter with the hidden dev out of Eastern Michigan. He's up to a 69. Nice. And he got himself that star dev trait. Pretty worried, though, that the Colts, if they want to, they could adjust their game plan, not run the ball, and just attack our weak secondary. But I got to show faith. The Grizzlies, first place in the AFC South, they're going to find a way to win this game. It's another home game. Fans are pumped. Stadium is packed to the rafters. And the opening drive, we go down and have to settle for a field goal. Defense gets a stop. Another drive, another field goal. Wet fart offense in full effect here. There we go. Our dominance has yielded a touchdown. But, you know, you got to figure with how much we've played in their half. 13 points is all we have to show for it. There we go. Another touchdown. 21-7. Thank you. We need this win bad. Not only do we need this win bad, our team needs to just play better. And this is a nice little... Oh, wow. Maybe we're counting our chicks before they can hatch. Actually, we're able to close it out. That game got real close near the end, but ultimately the Grizzlies win 28-21. We'll get in here. We'll calculate the star ratings. It's probably not going to be anything special, but at least we get to end the episode with a player coming in to, as fast as we can, move on from the devastating loss to the Chicago Bears. So look at the scoring from this matchup. We won the game, and it's a divisional victory, so that is worth 2 stars right off the rip. We also had the turnover battle, which gives us a half star in scoring. Look at the player stats for the Vancouver Grizzlies. Nothing from Trey Lance, but Chuba Hubbard. That would have been nice if we got 4 more rushing yards. That would have been scoring, but he did get 2 rushing touchdowns, which is worth a half star. Nothing for our receivers. Solid game from Renfro and Palmer. Could only imagine what would have happened if Claypool would have been out there, but unfortunately no scoring from that department. On the defensive side of the ball, though, they had, you know, some solid performances. Jeff Simmons, new big-time pass rusher with 2.5 sacks, gives us a half star. And Willie Gay with an interception also gives us a half star. So it ends up being a 4-star performance, but because it is simmed, we have to have it. It's a 2-star plus 4 upgrade incoming for the Vancouver Grizzlies. Here we go. Get a win. Couple nice upgrade. Eddie Goldman, the newcomer on the D-line. He's up to an 81. That helps. I mean, from an overall standpoint, only 1 point overall behind Christian Barmore. We get Aiden Hutchinson. He's going up. Does his dev trait been unveiled yet? He's played a lot of snaps for us. Wow. Okay, still waiting on there. And then we got Jordan Mailata at left tackle, up to an 85 overall. So I was able to find the best +4 that we had to make for our squad right now, given the landscape of our secondary. So, I mean, there was actually no other +4s. There was a couple +3s, but given how this episode has gone, I don't want to get a +3. I want the best +4, and it just so happens that's in the secondary, and it worked out pretty good. So we're going to be sending Akella Weatherspoon at 76 normal dev corner, 27. He is almost a scheme fit. And we're going to be bringing in Rock Ya-Sin, 80 star at a Temple, 26, so he's a year younger, has the dev trait, 4 points the better in terms of overall. Good athlete. I mean, in real life, feels like he might have been slightly underwhelming. He was a high pick. Was he a second rounder? High second round pick for the Colts. But he's a solid player. For us, immediately becomes the best player in our secondary. That's a corner. Because no disrespect to our safety. Our safeties are ballers. So with that, with the addition of Rock Ya-Sin, this is going to be how we're going to wrap the episode up here for your 7-4 Vancouver Grizzlies. Still first place in the South, which is nice, but, yeah, we've taken our lumps along the way. It's been a tough 2-game stretch. I feel like the game, in that first Bears game, it knew. It was like, oh, you're not playing defense. You're not controlling this juggernaut of a defense. We're going to punish you by making you unable to do anything on offense. Oh, and you're also going to fumble it every time someone sneezes on your quarterback. You know, it was a really, really rough game. But at least, you know, we finished on a somewhat positive note with the addition of Rock Ya-Sin in our secondary. And literally, as I just started to say that, my power flickered again. So we got to get out of here, boys, before we, you know, push our luck too far. Thank you guys very much for watching the episode again. Sorry for the, you know, lack of defensive gameplay. Had to just kind of get right through it so we could chill and hang out here on this lovely Friday. I'm going to try and, you know, test my luck after this and record maybe an Eagles episode for Saturday. I do have a new rebuild that I want to do. Really want to get into it. It's a Pittsburgh Steelers rebuild. Should be out this weekend, but also, again, it's my little man's birthday weekend, and I'm not going to be doing a freaking Madden rebuild instead of spending time on it. But if time permits it, I will try to have that up for you guys as well. But for today's video, hope you did enjoy it. At least we get to finish on a winning way. And if you like to enjoy the rage of C4 every now and again, you sure got that in that Bears game. So that'll do it for me today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. As always, your first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button, smash the like button if you enjoyed the video. And until next time, it is C4 saying peace out.